Bombshell erupts. Tennis chair umpire torched after allegedly hijacking match from fan favorite, a scandal sending the entire sport into total chaos. Welcome back to Court Vision Media, the place where we don't politely read scorelines, we tear into the controversies everyone else avoids. Before we crack open today's jaw-dropping revelation, stop what you're doing and hit subscribe. Don't tap it, slam it. And make sure to turn on notifications, because what you're about to hear today is guaranteed to send tremors through the sport. Today's focus is the Australian Open, a match that delivered everything fans crave: raw emotion, non-stop drama, a crowd roaring like a football derby, and a comeback that felt ripped from a movie script. But here's the twist no one was prepared for. New reports suggest the supposed neutral protector of fairness, the chair umpire, may have been the most influential figure on the court. And not in a way that inspires confidence. According to rapidly spreading reports across social media and insider circles, chair umpire Aurelie Tourut is facing what sources describe as an unprecedented disciplinary penalty for her role in the first-round clash between Alexandra Ila of the Philippines and American Alicia Parks. The allegations are severe: repeated officiating errors, deeply questionable judgment calls, and what fans are bluntly labeling as point theft. This is the kind of controversy that doesn't just spark outrage, it threatens careers and forces the sport to confront its own officiating standards. Let's be crystal clear, this isn't about a single missed line call. This isn't about a borderline ball. This is about the claim that an official actively influenced the outcome of a Grand Slam match, tilting momentum toward one player while dismantling the confidence of the other. And if the reported punishment is as harsh as insiders suggest, we may be witnessing a rare moment in tennis history, one where officials once considered untouchable are finally being held responsible. So brace yourself. We're breaking down exactly what unfolded on Court 6 in Melbourne, why fans across the globe are demanding justice, and what this controversy means for the future of professional tennis. This is the story of how Alexandra Ila's Australian Open dream unraveled, and how one umpire's alleged actions have placed the entire tournament under intense scrutiny. Let's rewind. January in Melbourne. The Australian Open, the first Grand Slam of the year and the crown jewel of the Asia-Pacific tennis calendar. The sun is unforgiving, expectations are sky-high, and the world is watching. Enter Alexandra Ila, the 20-year-old Filipino star whose fearless baseline aggression and relentless energy have been winning fans worldwide. Ranked inside the top 100, armed with a junior Grand Slam title, and carrying the hopes of a nation rarely represented on tennis's biggest stage. Across the net stands Alicia Parks, an American powerhouse with a thunderous serve and a game that oscillates between brilliance and chaos. Dangerous, unpredictable, and mentally vulnerable when momentum slips. On paper, it's a toss-up. On Court 6, however, it looked like a one-way street, at least at first. Court 6 was electric. Filipino supporters flooded the stands, flags waving, chants synchronized, energy pouring onto the court. This wasn't polite applause, it was passion at full volume. And for the opening set, it fueled Ila like jet fuel. Her forehand cut through the court. Her movement was flawless. She read Parks' serve effortlessly. Parks looked rattled, overwhelmed, trapped inside her own head. The result? A complete annihilation. 6-0. A bagel. Not just a set win, a statement. Commentators were already projecting Ila's next opponent. Fans celebrated. Parks slumped in her chair, visibly deflated. Everything pointed toward a swift straight sets victory. Then everything changed. As the second set began, the shift wasn't tactical. Ila didn't suddenly falter. The disruption came from above, from the chair. Aurelie Tourut began asserting control in a manner that immediately raised alarms. Witnesses in the stadium and viewers at home noticed a developing pattern. Every surge of crowd energy following an Ila point was met with warnings, lectures, and stoppages. Momentum evaporated. Yes, crowd management is part of an umpire's role. But what unfolded went far beyond routine enforcement. It crossed into what many now describe as selective discipline. Ila's supporters were repeatedly silenced, while Parks openly interacted with the crowd, gesturing, shouting, venting frustration, without consequence. No warnings. No stoppages. The imbalance was glaring. And this is where the accusations of stolen points enter the conversation. Tennis doesn't just hinge on winners and errors. Momentum is shaped by timing, rhythm, and confidence. A mistimed stoppage, a delayed restart, a procedural call, these can quietly dismantle a player. Multiple courtside accounts and video reviews suggest Root made a series of decisions that disproportionately disrupted Ila during pivotal moments. One moment now etched into controversy occurred on a critical break point. Ila was serving. The crowd was loud. Parks appeared unsettled. Root halted play, descended from the chair, and addressed the crowd at length. When play resumed, Ila's rhythm was gone. A double fault followed. The break vanished. Then came the disputed line call, a ball that appeared to clip the line. The call was out. Ila looked to the chair for an overrule. None came. The point stayed with Parks. Frustration flooded Ila's body language. These moments accumulated. They compounded. And the second set slipped away 6-3. By the third set, the damage was visible. Ila no longer played freely. Her eyes drifted toward the chair after every rally, bracing for interruption. The confidence was gone. Parks, once overwhelmed, now surged ahead. The crowd tried to lift Ila, but every cheer felt risky. Every chant invited intervention. The energy turned anxious. Parks closed it out 6-2. From 6-0 dominance to a 3-set defeat, a collapse that sparked immediate debate. The mainstream narrative was predictable, Ila cracked under pressure. The crowd became a distraction. Parks showed grit. But another narrative erupted, far louder, far more damaging. That the match wasn't lost, it was taken. Within hours, social media exploded. Filipino fans flooded platforms with timestamps, clips, and analysis. The accusations were blunt: bias, theft, match manipulation. Analysts, former players, and insiders joined the discussion. The core allegations crystallized quickly: inconsistent crowd policing, perfectly timed interruptions that favored Parks, procedural decisions that repeatedly halted Ila's momentum, and an overall sense that the match was being artificially balanced. And now, according to multiple credible sources, Australian Open officials launched an immediate internal review, an extraordinary step. The scrutiny reportedly uncovered what insiders describe as serious professional errors, a phrase that carries devastating weight within officiating circles. The penalty Root is now rumored to face is described as record-breaking, potentially including Grand Slam suspension, significant fines, and mandatory retraining. While official confirmation remains pending, the consistency of these reports is impossible to ignore. But the question remains, is it enough? No punishment restores Ila's ranking points, prize money, or the emotional toll of that night. She responded with professionalism, refusing to publicly accuse the umpire. Her restraint only amplified the outrage from fans demanding transparency, accountability, and equal treatment, regardless of nationality. Would this have happened if Ila represented a traditional tennis powerhouse? That question refuses to disappear. And then there's Alicia Parks. She won the match. She advanced. She played the cards dealt to her. Yet her victory now carries an unavoidable asterisk, not of her making, but impossible to escape. For tennis, the implications are massive. Officiating has always been shielded. This controversy threatens that shield. It raises uncomfortable questions about bias, accountability, and whether the system truly protects fairness. Technology tracks everything, except human judgment. Calls for reform are growing louder. Expanded review systems. Greater transparency. New mechanisms for challenging procedural decisions. Because for Ila, this wasn't just a loss, it was lost opportunity, lost income, and potential psychological scars that linger long after Melbourne. And as the silence from tournament officials stretches on, frustration grows. This isn't just one match. It's trust. It's credibility. It's the future of tennis officiating. If the reported penalty becomes official, it may mark a turning point or a missed opportunity, depending on what follows. One thing is undeniable.